What it do, baby? It's your boy Jay, back like I never left Rich. And we in the midst for another episode of R&R. I'm with my co-host,
Jeff.
and it's going down. First episode of the year. As you know, the holidays are over. Hope everybody really enjoyed themselves over the Christmas and New Year's break. Got a lot to talk about. I know some things coming up with you. People want to talk about their New Year's resolutions. And so I guess let's get into it. Before we do that, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, follow, share, and we got the link to the GoFundMe coming up. so we can really get popping on that. I guess you take it from here, Rich.
And you guys are super nice too. We might even give you our OnlyFans, but we'll see. Hey, speaking of, so I wanted to ask you something, man, and maybe the folks at home could weigh in and tell us what they think. So you know how we had the little running joke where it was like, we're gonna work on that.
Yeah,
every time I say my thing.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you think about calling the podcast? We're gonna work on that. I thought that was dope as hell. We can steam on it. You guys tell us what you think. We'll talk about it.
So yeah, we have been from the time we started. We were like thinking about a name, and so as you might know, maybe from the first episode, both our names have Rich in them. Like just now, I was like, back to you, Rich, and I was like, that was weird. Everybody calls me Rich, and so anyway, we've been thinking about a name. We started with R&R. That was what we call ourselves. Really in the Navy, that's how that started.
Yeah.
I was like, what about Rich Talk? Or what about, just going through some names. So I guess we're going to work on that. That's the name of the podcast. That we're going to work on that for the name of the podcast. I like it.
Me too, man. I think it just implies like, shit, man, like everything we talk about, we're going to work on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And it's going to be really every episode growing from the next, growing within ourselves. Hopefully our viewers can take something away or really like use the same. We're gonna work on that. Like, motherfucker, I ain't perfect, but I'm doing my best. I'm working on it.
I'll get back to you. Cool. Alright. So yeah, man, let me just get it out the way about what I did over the holidays. Man, it was super stressful in the sense of like, trying to chase Airbnbs, man, guests checking in last minute. I did get one guest that probably, man, if I had some time to sit down and think, this is definitely top 5 of one of the worst guests that I've ever had. And I may even be willing to put this one at number 1. Left the place a mess, and I get it, people got their jokes about, well, that's what you got a cleaning fee for. True, and I'm just voicing my opinion, so it is what it is. We're dealing with it now. But I left the place completely trashed, complained about everything, didn't read any of the instructions, paid for the room, and I think, one of the townhomes we started this new thing where we're only renting out the second and third floor, leaving it as just a 2-bedroom as opposed to a 3rd bedroom, and I've kind of worked out a way with the extra lock to lock that downstairs bedroom, and actually guests checking in this evening, that's what they're renting, is the 2-bedroom and not the whole house. And she got in there, she's like, that's not what I paid for. So we had to like show her like, no, you didn't read. And she's like, oh, sorry. Anyway, so yeah, rambling now. But yeah, man, it was a stressful time. I had my son here, so I was like busy trying to keep him occupied, which was cool. It's always a good time having my kid here, but it ain't easy. You know what I mean? Like being thrown back into fatherhood, which, it is what it is. But yeah, man, it was stressful. I'm kind of glad this shit's over. I mean, I got some free days off of work. That shit's always beautiful. That's always a win. But yeah, man, I'm glad that shit's behind me. On to the next. You? How was your shit? How was your days?
Man, I'm working on it. One day after one day at a time. All the cliches and shit. I would say last year as a whole took a lot on me, man. Took a lot out of me. And I feel like
it was a rough year.
It was. And I feel like coming to the end of the year, I couldn't help but to really sit down and reflect on everything. And so I guess in a good way, in a way, that was kind of a good thing. Allowed me to really just accept everything that happened, everything I went through, and I guess kind of sort of give myself opportunity to set a mental plan for, to be okay. Things gonna be better. I'm straight, y'all. I'm straight, but But shit, it was a rough year. So the holidays were very different for me this particular year, this particular time around. And every year is always a little more different. I feel like as you get older, it's not as fun anymore. It's not as like I don't know, magical. Well, I don't know the word I'm looking for, but
I got the spirit. I got you. Yeah.
it's like now you motherfucker really got to put effort into making it what it is. When growing up, you had the elders of the family, my aunts, uncles, my parents. They would put the spirit in everything where all I had to do was enjoy. But now some of those tasks, it's on me now. And it's like man, how y'all motherfuckers was doing this all our lives, our whole lives, if you wasn't really feeling it.
Yeah.
And so,
yeah. And I reached the point in my life, I don't want the task, bro. My wife, she calls me the Grinch. Like, I can't stand holidays, man. I'm just at the point, and maybe, and so that's another. So we'll get to New Year's resolutions because I got a few this year. I'm gonna try to just genuinely be a better person. I'm gonna work on it. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm not a fan of the holidays at all. Just because I think like the whole I don't know, the whole representation of it is just like diluted, and it's like not what everyone believes it to be. But we all know that conversation.
now I get a free day off for work.
That's it. That's it, man. That's it. Motherfuckers asked me beforehand, like, "Oh, is the family coming through?" No, it was just gonna be me and the wife. And this year it wasn't even the wife. She left me and went to London. So, I mean, I just did bare minimum, and that's how I like it, man.
Yeah, there's you, Pamela, and then your son came through. So,
Me and Pamela were close, boy. I was gonna tell you, man. I think you made, crazy, bro. I'm about to be 36, dog, in like a week.
You mentioned that I think one of the last times we spoke, and there's an age difference between us.
There is.
And
I always forget that. Not because you look older, but it's just like we're so like tight that I'm like you always just assume that the people that you're tight with are like in your group.
Like, these are my peers, because I guess all your time growing up, your peers are people you went to school with, y'all on the same level because you're going at the same pace or whatever. And so it's like even you, Julius is older than me. Most of my peers,
I think he's around the same age as me. Yeah.
they're a couple of years ahead of me, so it's like more experience, making more money, doing more things, and it's like I'm always feel like I'm chasing, trying to close the gap. It's like, dang, y'all got this going on. I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and so I really feel like y'all encourage me to challenge myself more, and I probably wouldn't be doing it as good as I am if it wasn't for y'all in my life, man. But y'all also stress me the fuck out too. You got all your Airbnbs. I'm like, fuck, I gotta close on this next property. I gotta do this. I
You're
gotta do
doing
that.
good, man. But I think, shit. You got things that I've been wanting to get for a while. Like you've been riding a motorcycle for a while. Shit, you got your license, your pilot's license. You already own a home, like flat out. I don't even own a home, bro. The banks own the home. I just pay the motherfuckers.
Yeah, I guess when you line everything up, the grass ain't green on the other side.
Right.
Yeah, I got all that shit, but that took my motherfucking time and money. Where you got all the stuff you got going on, but took time and money. We had the same time and similar monies that just went to different things.
Yeah.
And so that was that.
Yeah.
So we talked about New Year's resolution. We get into that now. You got some New Year's resolutions?
I do, man. Yeah, and they're nothing crazy, and it's probably the same ones that I have every year. Getting older, man. Like, and I think it's because the lifestyle, like we've talked about this several times, the lifestyle that I live, like 2022, it can become very wearing on a person. Like, and it's for everybody. I don't think I'm unique and like getting it extra hard than anyone else, but. It becomes very wearing, especially in this climate that we're in right now with fucking the price of everything. Anyway, I'm about to go on a tangent again, but yeah, New Year's resolution is to just simply try to be a better person and like make a conscious effort out of it. At least try to do it for as long as I can, and then second, and I'd say like tying into the same. My first one is trying not to be so pessimistic. Because at the tail end of 2022, bruh, I was everything. You know what I mean? Like I see a situation, and I just see the bad in it, and like the possibilities of shit to go wrong. So now I'm trying to just be like, you know what I mean? Like, nah, man, we looking at good light only. That's it. If it don't work out the way, then it just didn't work out, and it is what it is. So that's really it. That's the new.
I kind of feel like with that, what you just said, I had an epiphany, feeling pessimistic or things just suck and really wasn't getting the full enjoyment out of the life that I live. And so my what's it called? My solution to that problem was Hakuna Matata.
Yeah. What a wonderful way.
It means no worries for the rest of your day. It's all problem-free philosophy of Hakuna Matata. But then,
and then Pig and what was the other one? What was he?
Meerkat.
Meerkat. Yeah, they got that Pig and Meerkat figured it out, huh?
So I'm not gonna be some grown-ass man quoting the Lion King, Hakuna Matata. Be like, oh, you having a bad day? Hakuna Matata.
Hey, as long as you don't get a tattoo, man, we're good.
But so I did get a tattoo that sums Hakuna Matata.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't mean. I'm glad you got the tattoo.
It says, "Fuck it."
Oh yeah, I remember that one. Yeah.
That's like
that's dope.
Whatever you're going through, man, don't be stressing about shit you don't got no control over. It's like some good shit's gonna happen, some bad shit's gonna happen, and you work on what you can. What we can work on, we're working on it. And what you can't, it's like shit, man. It is what it is. And so, that really helped me to be stress free. It's like, all right, this shit sucks. Can I do something about it? And if I can, and I start doing it. If I can't, then you just gotta accept shit for what it is.
Yeah, and exactly. That's exactly what I'm trying to get to, man. And like, for real though, it has been a forever battle for me for years, man. I've been trying to keep that mentality. I think what happened to me, and of course, man, we're always trying to analyze ourselves and like be our own therapist, which fucking never works out. It's like going on WebMD and trying to figure out why you got a cough. You end up fucking having HIV somehow. But you know what I mean? Like that's what you read. I got all these symptoms. Oh shit, you have HIV. Damn, no.
Bro, motherfucking WebMD had me thinking I was dying, bro.
Yeah, I've been there, bro.
So, man. Fuck WebMD.
Yeah, for real.
That bitch. Fuck it, I'm gonna tell this story. I had a wild night, and then like the next day or so, very next day.
When you say wild night, were you working with women of the night? These type of women?
I was not working. I was with a woman. I wouldn't call her a woman of the night, and I wasn't working. I put in work.
Okay.
Anyways, the very next day, bro, I had a fucking bump on my finger, dog.
I remember that.
And so it's like, man, I'm like, fuck. I got herpes on my finger. I was like, man, this shit crazy. I guess it's on my fingertip. I'm like, I can cut this bitch off.
You got the knife.
Cause like, I see plenty of people, bro, throughout life who just like missing fingertips.
You can make it happen.
They got an interesting
It could be
story.
worse. It could be worse.
Could be worse. Could be the hand.
Yeah, it could be that.
The herpes could spread through my whole body.
This motherfucker thought he was a Walking Dead. Like, you got bit by a stomach. You gotta cut the arm.
And so then I come back to like, all right, realization, like, what is going on? I was like, all right.
Not the trigger finger.
I'm like, I can never touch anybody again. I'm gonna be one of them motherfuckers that just wears a glove everywhere. So I'm like, you know what? Fuck it, bro. I need to get some medicine. I need to see a doctor. Like, I've accepted this shit.
And why is that the last fucking thing that you think about? Like, you think about cutting your hand off before you did going to the doctor. I've been there. I've done it, bro. I was losing weight and all kinds of shit, bro.
It takes a level of confidence to go to the doctor for a problem because the shit's embarrassing.
Yeah.
But you got a whole different level of confidence when you go to the doctor and you tell that nigga what's wrong.
Yeah.
I go to the doctor, I'm like, all right, doc.
Big sigh.
I got herpes on my finger. The doctor did what you're doing right now. He laughed at me. All the confidence I built up at this moment has diminished. Doctor laughing at me. He's like, well, all right, let me see it. He grabs my hand with no gloves. I'm like, whoa, wait a minute, Doc.
The people, man.
Put some gloves on. He grabs my hand, he looks at it, he puts his glasses on. They were hanging from around his neck. He puts his glasses on, then he looked at it again, and he laughed at me again. I'm like, so what's the damage? And what he said next, it was a breath of fresh air. It was like this beacon of light, like the heavens had opened up, and I was like, I'll never do this again.
What did he say?
He told me that I busted a blood vessel in my finger.
How'd you do that?
You don't want to know.
Oh shit! Damn! Supercharge that motherfucker, huh? God damn, bro. Yeah, I've been there. I have been there, man. I got a story too, bro. No kidding, man. And when I was active duty and I was stationed in Hawaii, bro, no kidding. I think I was probably 24, 25. I convinced myself I had HIV. Completely convinced myself that I had AIDS,
I
bro.
mean, I feel like it's a reasonable suspicion. You lived on a submarine.
I mean, but I was, you know what I mean? I was getting around, and I was married, doing all kinds of dirty shit, you know what I mean? But
What's a sailor supposed to do?
you know what I mean? But yeah, for like a month, bro, I had refused to go to the doctor.
Oh, that's just dirty.
Yeah, like, I don't know where my head was at, man. I was in a bad place. Yeah, I was in a bad place. And so because I was stressed out so bad, I started physically losing weight because I wasn't eating right.
You thought you had HIV because you were losing weight. What possessed you to think you had HIV? Like, I had a bump. Well, what I thought was a busted blood vessel. Just to be clear, what were your symptoms?
Like nothing, bro. Like I had like a cough, and legit, I went on WebMD and like I just went down this rabbit hole. And yeah, like I don't remember how I got there because like I've never had an STD. I've tested several times, never had gono, no crabs, no nothing. Yeah, so far, right? I mean, I think I've crossed the line, but you never know. You know what I mean? I think I'm at the point of being married. No, I fucking hope. But yeah, man, and I convinced myself 100%, and then like just based off of nothing either. And like I had one good friend that just kept. Finally, he was tired of hearing me bitch about it because I would come to him and he was like, I don't want to fucking hear it anymore. Take your ass to this free clinic out in town, away. Because another thing is like I didn't want the military to know about it because in my brain I was like, oh, but and you cheated, so like you can get in trouble by that, like. Which I think you can, I don't know, but I was like, I don't want to find this out. I was like, so I don't want the military doctors to know. And so then like, that forced me to like stay even further away from doctors. And finally my homie was like, yeah, there's free clinics out in Hawaii. Like you just go to these dudes, no questions asked, take a little bit of blood, 15 minutes, you'll find if you got AIDS. And sure enough, it did it. And dude, when the woman was like, sir, you don't have AIDS. Like, the fucking feeling that came, could you imagine doing like just for like a month? And that was one of the dumbest moments in my life, man.
You know, it's crazy. It's like, but the way you felt when you found out you didn't have HIV was so good.
Yeah.
Was thinking that you had HIV for a month worth it?
No, I'm gonna say no. I can't agree with that one. Absolutely not. That shit was terrible, bro. God damn.
Yeah, it's wild. It takes a certain level of confidence to be like, yo, doc, this is what I want you to check me for. It's like, even now, if I'm getting an STD screen, I'm not calling the doctor, hey, yeah, I want to get screened for STDs. Mm-hmm. All of them. Yeah, check me out. I'm like, hey, can I get a physical? They're like, all right, we'll schedule you for this. And can I get a check for STDs?
It's crazy too. We're fucking over 30 years old. This is weird, man. Damn.
You be at the doctor, they taking your blood, little phlebotomist, it's cute as fuck. I'm like, yo, man, I kind of want to holler at her, but I got to get my results back.
Good shit. So I was trying to think. We got the board over there, but I don't remember what were some of the topics that we left off from last time. Shit, it's been weeks right since we've been in this room. I want to say one of them was like, toxic relationships or something like that.
I feel like we're gonna talk about that every time.
I know. Did we already talk about that? Should we talk about
We
that?
probably touched on that the first episode. I mean, I feel like, there's so much ground to cover on that. We could talk about it now. We can talk about it later. We can talk about it now and later. It don't matter. I don't give a fuck, man.
Let's talk about what's in the sports and news.
Sports and news. We had a football player that passed out.
I heard it.
Mm-hmm.
And the conservatives are trying to say like it's due to COVID or the vaccine or some shit, right?
Yeah. So there's an article. Not even an article. There are multiple articles of people who have been vaccinated for COVID that have just their hearts basically stopped working, and none of it is vaccine related. But all these people are claim to have had the vaccine, and so they're trying to link the COVID vaccine to basically heart failure and other serious health issues.
And where are you at on this?
Man, it's like this. I don't think enough research is out there to say that the COVID vaccine is causing people's heart to stop working.
Right.
But there's not enough research to say that it isn't.
Right.
At the end of the day, it was experimental. So nobody can 100% say that that's not happening.
Yeah.
And so that's what my stance. My stance is, I don't know.
Yeah, I agree, but my one caveat I would say is when it comes to the vaccine, I'm vaccinated, just the one and the two, never got a booster. Not against it, I do think it's an overkill in my humble, uneducated opinion. I'm not a fucking scientist, but I will say if some scientist somewhere is saying that like, you know, this is okay, you should do it, then, hey man, this dude's got this fancy ass degree, went to school for fucking 8, 10, 12 years. It is what it is.
Yeah, but it was scientists also on the opposing side.
I was going to follow that with that, because I was going to say scientists also said that, like, scientists were also giving, you know, people measles at one point in time in history and, like, doing other crazy ass experiments, but, yeah, I don't know, man. Again, yeah, like I said, I agree with you. It's hard to fucking say. But did you ever get vaccinated?
No.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Looking back, I'm not against the vaccine, but looking back, if it hadn't been leaned on me so hard, because I got vaccinated when I got activated in 2020. And so...
That's another thing that kind of upset me a little bit. They forced all the service members to get vaccinated. It's not even a requirement anymore.
Right. And so my point is like, if they never would have told me to get the vaccine, I would have just never got it. You know what I mean? Like, and maybe that's not the right way to go about it, because I kind of like, and maybe it's my time in the military, I just adopted this attitude where it's like, fuck it is what it is. And I know it's not some shit to play with, because like, that's your ticker, man, it's your heart. If that motherfucker gives out, if it ends up being true, that the science is true. But it's like, I was always in a position, like every vaccine I got, I know you definitely understand, every vaccine I ever got was like forced on us, you know what I mean? Like, when you join boot camp, it's like, here's 7 of these motherfuckers at one time. So it's just like, and like, so every year I get the flu vaccine, like I just got it a few weeks ago on my drill weekend.
I think the difference in what we did was that the vaccines that we got, they weren't experimental.
Yeah.
And they had been used for like years, like a long ass time already.
So far she's still ticking, so we'll see what happens, man.
Yeah, and so what I heard, and I don't know how true this is, I met a lady who claims to be a medical professional. She's not a doctor or a nurse. I don't know what the fuck she does.
She works at a nursing home.
Hospitals. But she was saying that each vaccine manufacturer had like 3 different variations of which vaccine they were testing to see what worked. And she was like, one of them was like a placebo, and the other 2 were just different trial runs. And you can tell which version you had based off of the serial number of your vaccine. I didn't follow up, but I didn't get it, so it was like, man, that's really interesting to hear. But she said there was a particular dose that they were testing out that was killing people. Like even when the vaccines were brand new, people were having some very serious side effects, including death. Like the Johnson & Johnson one-shot dose killed a couple of people, more than a couple. And so now to say like the vaccine is causing heart heart failure, but people were like saying, "No, it's not true." The dude did get hit by a huge dude running full speed. They say it was the equivalent of getting hit by a truck, and so I can see how that could kill you or cause your heart to stop.
He didn't die, right?
He didn't die. He's not dead now. They resuscitated him, and he was in critical condition on the ventilator. And I think recently he's off the ventilator, breathing on his own.
Mm.
But if he wouldn't have got the help as quick as he did, he wouldn't be here right now.
You watch, man, come 12, 15 years from now, you're going to be seeing them advertisements on 2 a.m. TV, like the mesothelioma bullshit.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
If you suffer from heart conditions
Yeah.
to a COVID-related vaccine, COVID vaccine related.
I think right now the one that continues to loop it, if you ever catch it, is the Camp Lejeune one. If you were ever serving Camp Lejeune, you inhale toxic, from the burn pit, please call 1-800 this
There's that one and motherfucking 3M earplugs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Crazy shit. Another thing, Johnson & Johnson, their baby powder is linked to cancer.
I heard that.
Mm-hmm.
Right. That it came out like 2 years ago or some shit.
Yeah, it's still an active thing, and yeah, it's wild, man. Fucking Johnson & Johnson, they got cancer-causing baby powder, and they make it this one-shot vaccine and kill a motherfucker. You're like, if you're scared for COVID, here, take this. You won't be scared anymore. You just won't be here anymore.
Hey, man, they weren't wrong.
That's fucked up.
Damn. Well, look. Looking at the watch, it's about that time. So, we're going to figure this out, man. Better timing, better all this. The camera might have already cut off by now. I don't even know. But in case it has not, we're going to sign this one off. Yeah. Videos are coming soon. But, yeah. Tell us what you guys think. And as James said, what everyone else says, like, share, subscribe, or don't, just comment, tell us how bad we suck, we'll take it, you know what I mean? Negative attention is still attention, so.
Yeah, I don't really like that, but I won't deny that it is true.
What?
Like any publicity is good publicity. So you got a lot of celebrities right now who really wasn't nothing. They just get big from saying the most outrageous things, and then they flip it. Now they have all this, basically, there's a certain group of people that just want to hear dumb shit.
I saw a video today, just came across my Facebook feed.
Let me pause real quick. I want to see if we're still going.
Is the screen lit up? Can you see me?
Yeah, we're going. We got 1 minute left.
Nice. Good. We'll keep signing off, yeah? Anyway, like I was about to say, I saw a video today talking about the negative attention. She was doing some like corny ass dance, and I guess she's very popular on social. I don't know who she is, but she had a big following and a lot of likes and all that shit comments. And some girl wrote on there like it was a bunch of like, "Oh, you're so awesome," blah blah blah, all these good comments. And then one bad comment, the girl said like, "Don't let them people lie to you. You got like 4 good moves and ain't none of them good." And look, the girl, that comment there got like tons of like dislike, like you hate her. And then the girl who did the dance, put the video out, she simply replied, and at first I was like, yeah, get her, like, because the dances were corny in my opinion. But she came back with a solid one. Her reply simply said, "Thank you for the comment. This boosted my video." It's like, damn, what can you say about that? You know? Anyway, but
As long as